Hey guys, I'm back. I know it's been a minute since I have posted any videos. I think it's actually been 8 months. I will get into the reason as to why I sort of disappeared for a while. But this video is my romantic Valentine's look. I used the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette in this. I'm really loving this palette. It's really pretty. It's got a lot of pinks in it and I love everything pink. And I am also using a lot of Illamasqua products in this video too. So if you guys want to go ahead and skip forward to the makeup, honestly, I will not be offended. But if you want to stick around and listen to why I've sort of disappeared for a while, well, this is the reason. Most of you know that I'd been working for MAC for 6 years. I'm not with them anymore. I made a decision to leave. It's kind of a difficult one, but I just felt like I had sort of done all I sort of could at MAC. I just didn't feel like I was challenged anymore. I love MAC. I've always loved MAC and I always will love MAC. I think that they were pioneers at their time when they first started to come out with, you know, foundation colors and lip colors and eye colors for people of every skin tone, which was sort of unheard of back then. But to be honest with you, I sort of lost the passion with it. I found that I just wasn't being challenged enough with creativity wise. So I left and I demoed for a while, and I did demo for NARS and Bobbi Brown and Laura Mercier and a bunch of different lines. And I found myself in a lot of Sephora's demoing, which was pretty amazing. I love Sephora. Sephora is like being in a candy store for women. So it was amazing. I got to interact with different lines and just try out different things when I was on my break and everything. And also too, that kind of reignited the passion for makeup, but also too, I found out that Illamasqua, which is a UK brand, was coming to Canada, and I had seen their line about 3 years ago when I was visiting my best friend in Australia. Most of you know that my best friend lives in Melbourne. Her name's Sonali. So I was visiting her, and I remember we were walking through department store and I just saw this makeup line and I thought, oh my god, wow, what is this? And it was Illamasqua, and it was just like a breath of fresh air to me. Just the images that they use, the creativity that they put into the products is pretty amazing. And when they came to Canada, I was like, I have to be a part of this line somehow, and I got in, and now I'm managing one of the counters in Toronto. So I really, really love the product. They have tons of pigment in the product. They have all the, like, these shades that you wouldn't find anywhere else. So it's sort of reignited this creativity. Working for the company kind of pushes you to better your skills and to try different things. And I've always just been into really safe, pretty looks, but now I'm finding that I'm getting into using like teal lipstick on myself, which I never would have done before. So yes, that's reignited the spark. So I have decided to get back to posting tutorials, and this is my first one back. So I hope you guys enjoy this look. Okay, so we're going to use the Naked 3 palette. I am in love with this palette. I don't know if you guys like it or not, but it's got a lot of pink tones and I love everything pink. You can take a look at it right here. It's really pretty. It comes with a double-ended brush and also a few samples of their primer, which is really nice. So I'm going to use the flat edge, and I'm going to start with the color Buzz, and I'm going to put it on the eyelid. I find with the Naked palettes that the eyeshadows tend to fall, so it's probably a better idea to just sort of tap them on instead of sort of spreading them. And I'm not going all the way to the inner corner because I want to put a highlight color there. Next, I'm going to use a blending brush. The 217 is my favorite from MAC, and I'm going to go in with the color Nooner, this one right here. So I'm going to grab a bunch and go right into the crease, and I'm going above the eyelid. I don't want to get any on the eyelid at all. So I'm concentrating on the outer edge, and I want to take it out pretty far. And what I want to do is kind of create a bit of a V right here. And then whatever's on your brush, just sort of blend it out. Now I'm going to use a small shader brush like this one right here. It's the MAC 228. And I'm going to pick up the darker color, and that is called Blackheart. It's this one right over here. And I'm going to go right into the corner of the crease and create a little bit more of a V over here. And then what you can do afterwards is just take your blending brush, the 217, and just sort of blend it so it's not such a harsh line. And be careful not to get too much onto the lid. And you're going to do really small movements. Just don't lift your brush up. Just keep moving it really tiny amounts back and forth. And this just adds a really nice sort of drama to the crease. And then you can always go back in with that first color that we used, Buzz, with the flat brush, and just make that line a little bit more crisp by going to right to the edge of it. Now the only downfall about the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette is that it doesn't really have a really good highlighter for people that are my skin or darker. I'm just going to use Ricepaper by MAC, which is my go-to highlighter. It looks like this. I literally just have a pan of it lying around, not even in a palette or in a pot or anything. I use it that much. So I'm going to go in with the flat edge of the brush and use it as a highlight. So I'm going to start under the arch. And I'm going to go a little bit under my brow over here. And out here to sort of strengthen that line of the eyebrow. And on the inner eye corner as well. And I'm going to take it in a little bit on the eyelid just to brighten that inner eye corner. And now I'm going to go in with this color Trick. This is probably one of my favorite colors from this palette. I'm going to use this brush again, and I'm going to go under the eyes. So to add like a nice sort of peach gold shimmer under the eyes. And now we're done with the palette, and I'm going to go in with eyeliner and mascara. For this look, I'm going to use Blacktrack by MAC, the pot eyeliner, and with a 266 brush. And I just want to do a really thin line, nothing too thick. If you guys haven't tried the Illamasqua Infinity Gel Liner, that one I really like a lot because it's so nice and black. I find that Blacktrack isn't that dark. I mean, it's kind of a little bit gray to me, but the Illamasqua one is really, really nice. So I'm just extending it at the corners. And I'm going to go in with an oldie but a goodie Voluminous mascara. I haven't used this in so long. I used to use this obsessively. I have to say it has to be one of my favorite mascaras if you guys are looking for a new one to use. Or if you just want to go back and use it again, honestly, it's got to be one of my top fives for sure. And I find that it really separates them as two. Because I find that sometimes when you're using a thickening mascara, it can kind of clump them together, but this one is really nice and separates them. Okay, now it's time to go in with lashes. I'm using the number 14 lash from Illamasqua. It's really nice and pretty and full. It doesn't look unnatural on the eye at all. It actually looks pretty natural for as big as it is. Illamasqua lashes have to be my new favorite lash of all time because I've had this one pair I've used it maybe about 30 times and it's still in perfect condition. So I'm just using the latex-free glue that comes with it to stick them on. So line up the middle first and then do the corners. Oh, they're such a pretty lash. Okay, so the eyes are completely done and now we're gonna do our cheeks, and the color that I'm gonna use for this is Chased by Illamasqua. It's a really nice sort of bright pink. It has a little bit of a blue undertone to it, but I find that when it goes on your skin, it doesn't look like a really blue pink. It just sort of blends really nicely. And I'm going to use my MAC 168 brush to apply it. So you got to be really careful with Illamasqua products because they're so pigmented. So just pick up very little, tap off the excess, even rub off some if you want to, and then go on your cheek. And I've already contoured and highlighted with my foundation. I am going to post another contouring highlighting an updated video because I've learned some new techniques. And I'm going to use my 225 brush and I'm going to put a little bit of rice paper just over here to give a little bit of an additional highlight. And now we're done everything. We're just going to lips and that's our final step. And I am going to use the Illamasqua lipstick in Obey. And this is the first Illamasqua item I've ever bought. It's such a pretty color. It's like this peachy tone and it's really, really bright. So I don't ever use it just on its own because I find it's a little too bright for me, but I'm gonna put a gloss over top. If I were to leave it like this, it looks like I have like highlighter all over my lips. I'm gonna put Illamasqua gloss in Belladonna, which is a really pretty, kind of like a purpley pink color. It's deeper. And I'm just lining the edge first. And I find that it gives you this really pretty sort of peachy pink look. It probably is going to turn out looking a little bit brighter on video, but in person it's gorgeous. And if you find that this combination is too bright for you, just mix in a liner like MAC Soar would be good with this look, just to tone it down and neutralize it a little bit. And that's my romantic Valentine's look. I hope you guys have an amazing Valentine's to all of you, and I will see you guys again soon. I promise I will be posting more videos.